Hello! Welcome to another Wilderness Tame video. I know, it just goes on and on and on, but apparently that's kind of what we're supposed to do here on the YouTube, is to constantly inform and inspire and give away all our knowledge. So that you good people can go off and use it to the best of your ability or something along those lines. So in this one, I'm going to look at wood chips and do they actually suppress weeds? And the short, quick and succinct answer to that is no. No, they do not. So, Wakanda forever, and I'll see you in the next one. What? I can't even begin to imagine how many tons of wood chips you'd have to import into your garden and bury your beds and borders in order to attempt to suppress weeds. If you're talking about perennial weeds like ground elder, couch grass, come on, bring some water, dandelions, docks, thistles, nettles, there is no depth of wood chips that is going to keep them down. They will grow through anything. And if it's annual seeds, then they're just going to germinate in the lovely damp conditions you've created with that mulch. In general terms, wood chips do not suppress weeds, with the best will in the world. A gardener who hoes, watch it you lot in America, a gardener who hoes is keeping himself in a job. Because the minute you disturb the soil, you're bringing more seeds into the light where they will germinate. And anyway, just constantly disturbing the soil. What's the point of that? It's like, and it's I'm not going to say it's specifically a sort of older generation thing, but one of the sort of more common requests that a gardener will receive from people of a certain generation is, "Oh, can you come and dig me garden over?" Why? What would be the point of that? So I have an allotment that I look after. For those of you who don't know, the term allotment refers to an allotted area of land which you can grow vegetables and fruit things on. So it's kind of an old thing here in the UK that a lot of houses, especially those built by some of the bigger corporations like the miners' cottages and local authority housing, the gardens were very generous. Oh, well, like generous from a British point of view. Those of you in Canada and Australia might think that a garden 22 metres long by 7 metres wide is not generous. Because you've all got acres and acres of land. So I look after this allotment, and on either side of me there are guys, mainly guys, growing vegetables on their plots, and they dig that ground to death like you wouldn't believe. And the previous user of the allotment was an elderly gentleman who sadly passed away, and he obviously spent his life just digging it over. Let's just dig the soil over. And as we all are starting to become aware now, it's pointless. It's hard work, time consuming, And other than destroying the microorganisms in the soil, I'm not talking about guts, that's an intestinal thing, microflora, and pretty much destroying the soil structure, you're achieving nothing. The only time you should plunge any kind of tool into the soil is to plant something in it, or create a drill to sow seeds into. Other than that, leave well alone. And in fact, if you're into, like as I am, the kind of no-dig thing, you're piling compost on top of the soil and mulching in different layers, and I'm not talking about wood chips, creating lasagna beds and things like that. And there's some great videos on this on YouTube. You're not disturbing the soil at all. You're actually planting into compost that you've piled on top of the soil. Okay, hugelkultur mounds for those of you in permaculture, and lasagna beds and raised beds and the like. So wood chips, even on a path situation, unless you've put some permeable membrane down beneath them, they're going to be an adequate surface to walk on for a while, but without that permeable membrane, they're going to gradually decompose and be trodden into the ground and just disappear. But not before the local jackdaw, pigeon and thrush and blackbird population have just scattered them all over the place, apart from where you want them on your little path. In a bed and border situation, if that bed or border edges up to a lawn, then your lawn is going to be full of wood chips, because the birds are just going to kick them and scrap them about all over the place. And it just looks a mess. And it's a pain in the neck, because it goes clatters up your lawnmower or whatever it is you're using to cut the grass. And again, if that flower bed or border edges up to a path, paving or whatever, then your path's going to be covered in wood chips as well. So you're constantly sweeping them off. So they just create more mess and work than they're worth. And then getting back to, why have you put wood chips down? Oh, it's to cover the soil. Why have you got bare soil? I'll tell you why you got bare soil. Because you haven't followed what I've told you in Garden Lesson 2, which is to set a monthly budget and every month go out to a local good market garden or plant nursery, and with your monthly budget buy things that are of interest in that month. Bring them back and fill your borders with the stuff you want. Perhaps I should have got ChatGPT to write me a script for this. Might have been shorter, might have not had an inadvertent and unfortunately timed advert break in the middle of it that you can't skip through. And you're like, this advert again. I could put my own advert breaks in, way more entertaining than whatever it is you're about to see or have already just seen. I'm not sure why that way is the future and that way is the past. Usually it's like, but you know. Anyway, I seem to have veered slightly off the track and elongated this video yet again into something it didn't need to be. Hey, let me know in the comments if you like my ramblings. At least they're interspersed with some vital horticultural information, without which your garden will fail. Harsh, I know. Yeah. But, sometimes the truth is brutal, kids, and you've just got to deal with it. So, Wakanda forever, and I'll see you in the next one. pot.